Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to All the Mods 9. Today we are picking back up on our quest line. In the last few episodes we've been focused on upgrading our armor, doing some enchanting, and exploring the depths of the Nether, but we are now resuming our main quests. We have a few rewards to collect already, as noted by these red exclamation marks. We actually have quite a few, and since the last episode we came back with all of that Nether loot, and we had quite a bit of treasure, so I have gone ahead and crafted the 16,000 storage disk. This has over doubled the amount of storage that we have, which means we can comfortably store all of our treasure and other loot that we obtain. But we are going to quickly collect all of our rewards real quick, and then we will pick back up on our main quest line with the beginning, the ATM star, and of course creative. From basic storage, this is where our backpacks are. We have quite a few different upgrades that we have crafted that will grant us with a few upgrade bases. We will also get just some XP from that one, and a random treasure. We are going to get 4 chicken from it. The magnet upgrade is XP, and the gold magnet upgrade we actually haven't yet obtained. This one, another random treasure item, we are going to get an iron wand. Let's store all of that away for now and move on to our rewards from refined storage, which oftentimes are pretty good. We get a random storage part, which could be a 64,000 storage part, which if it is, that would be very impressive. It is a 1k storage part though. I'm not too surprised by that. And we also get an advanced processor, which is actually pretty decent. In the food and farming tab, we have some flax seeds that will grant us some XP and a little bit more XP for making string from those. In mystical agriculture, we have obtained the cow seeds, and that will grant us with a prudentium furnace, a cooking speed of 160%, and fuel efficiency of 135%. We will place that down. I don't know if we will actually use it compared to our redstone furnace, which doesn't require any fuel, but it might be a little bit faster. We will see later on. Moving on, we have Apotheosis Enchanting. We crafted our dormant deep shelves in the last episode, and for that we will get some XP and a block of lapis, and we are almost all caught up. We did kill 50 blazes in the last episode, which will grant us with a handful of blaze powder, a random treasure, gold sight, a gold sight potion. We are very familiar with the ore sight potions, and 20 to 30 blaze rods. We will get 22 from those, putting our grand total of blaze rods at 54. So when we get 26 more, we will have enough to make our blaze seeds, or at least have enough soul from the blazes to make those blaze seeds. A pretty good start to today's episode as we step back into our main quest line and take a look at where we are at. Now, we haven't yet found the end. We will do that here pretty soon. In fact, we could go ahead and do that today if we really wanted to, depending on how many ender pearls we have. We have 7, and of course we did just get a bunch of blaze powder from the rewards, and that will also be enough to turn all, well, never mind. No, I take that back. I don't know why I forgot the recipe for Eyes of Ender. That will give us 7 Eyes of Ender. So let's get our jetpack charged just a little bit real quick. And then why don't we set out after we sleep off this rain, and we can set out and try to find the Stronghold. Now, the goal of today's episode is not to actually fight and kill the Ender Dragon. It is to advance ourselves along this main quest line, and finding the end is part of that. Now, we might have to actually go to the end in order to do this, but it looks like if we craft 10 Eyes of Ender and simply find the Stronghold, we will get a little bit of treasure from that. So let's grab a few more Ender Pearls, or a few more blaze powder, and then we can find some Ender Pearls along the way. And we may have to have 10 ender pearls in our inventory at a given time. So we will bring a little bit of extra blaze powder. We will head up to the roof of our house and give that a throw. It looks like our stronghold is going to be off in this direction. And that one did unfortunately break, so we will travel for a little ways longer before throwing another one. What we should have done is brought a waystone with us so that we could set a waypoint at the stronghold, but that is okay. We can always go back and do that later. With our jetpack, that one broke too, unfortunately. With our jetpack, it should be relatively easy to get to and from the stronghold. Let's fly over here to this mesa and throw another one. So we may be traveling for a little ways. We do have a shipwreck right down here, which I think might be worth checking out. We will see if there is any good treasure down in here. Well, we did find 2 ender pearls. That is convenient. So if we find one more, then we will have enough to get halfway on that quest. Again, though, I'm worried that we are going to need to have 10... Oh, that's unfortunate. Our chest did not generate here unless it is under these planks. It doesn't look like it. That's okay, though. We did get 2 ender pearls out of it, so I'm not really complaining. But I'm wondering, I guess if we have a look in our inventory right now, or at least at our quest line right now, it will show us. It still shows that we are 7 of 10, so that is good. That means that we can have some of these break and still have that full count. I think it just means that we need to craft 10. I'm not really sure what we have here. It looks like maybe some kind of advanced desert well, and I'm wondering if there's treasure down there. I forget we have our reach on our chest plate, so although it doesn't look like we can reach all the way down there. I think I heard some suspicious sand break, so I think that is just some kind of ruin down there. Let's toss another pearl, and we are traveling towards whatever this thing right here in front of us is. That is absolutely incredible. I need to step back from this and take this in. I mean, look at that. That is really something. Alright, let's go ahead and toss another pearl, and we are traveling down in this direction. We have some kind of castle right over here that might be worth checking out. I should have brought our backpack with us. Oh, it is a pillager outpost. So, and that is a illusioner. Alright, we are gonna escape the presence of that because we don't want to get any of those negative effects. And I don't really know what to say. Is this... Oh, this might sidetrack us. We are gonna come back here. Are we ready for this? I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to think of this. For now, we are just gonna screenshot our coordinates, and we will return to that in a little bit. Maybe today, maybe in a future episode. That is really something. Interesting. It looks like a ton of fun, all the bright colors and the different floors, and I'm sure there is tons and tons of loot in there. Well, we are turned around now. We are going back towards that pillager outpost. So maybe we will get a 2-for-1 special with our waystone between that and the stronghold. What I'm hoping for is that it's not underneath that outpost. That would not be good. Okay, it is back over this way. And that one did break. I'm thinking it's maybe about right below our feet. I don't know if we are going to get that pearl back though, but we will work our way down. We can dig straight down. We have our bunny hoppers, so we can survive any kind of fall. So I'm not too worried about just digging straight down and not making a staircase. I'm wondering if it will show up on our cave layers here. Doesn't look like it is quite yet. I guess we have to actually explore that first. Well, we should hopefully be getting relatively close. We are down to about Y15 now, and we may have to dig around to actually find the stronghold. I don't know if it's directly underneath us. Sometimes we get lucky and find a cave that will make it a little bit easier to find, but as we get into the deep slate layers, Still no sign of any stone bricks. And there we go. Okay, we just had to dig a little bit farther. Let's see how lucky we are. Let's see if we dug right into the... Okay, I should have known that the stronghold was not going to be a normal stronghold. I tell you what though, this is pretty cool. So we have completed that quest now. Finding the... Oh, no, never mind. We haven't. We need to craft 3 more Eyes of Ender. We can craft 2 of them right now. And I guess we should have checked to see how many Ender Eye fragments we had in our storage chest, but that's okay. I'm wondering if we are going to find a waystone in a loot chest down here. I guess we can. Do we want to clear that away? I think we'll make a little bit of a floor, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe we will just get down here and go with this. Now we do have our journey map, so we can technically find the portal room like this, and I see it right over here. There's the end portal frame. We can see that on our map. So we want to head north and west, but it doesn't really matter to us right now. We are not actually opening the portal. We are not traveling there today, even though, well, I would like to think that the dragon fight would be a vanilla dragon fight, but knowing this mod pack, it is going to be anything but. So we are not ready, even though we have a jetpack. I'm not comfortable with doing that just yet. But let's explore this stronghold a little bit, because this looks really, really neat. We have a skeleton wielding a sword right through here, and we have some kind of banner. I wonder if there's loot under here. There sure is. Nothing too impressive, though. We do have another loot chest right up here. Again, nothing super impressive yet. I'm sure we will find some outstanding loot the more we explore. We have some pressure plates up here. I'm wondering if those are actually going to do anything, or if they are just there for the design, and it looks like they are. Another tombstone right in here, and some more ender pearls, so that will give us enough. We also found a diamond as well. We don't really need that. We have about 150 of those, but we will craft our 10th ender pearl. We will go for 11. Might as well, because it'll save some inventory space. And 7 of 10. Okay, so we do have to have 10 in our inventory at once. I don't think that will be a problem though. I'm sure we will find 2 more ender pearls. That startled me. The Ortises are friendly. It still startled me though. They just look kind of sinister, that's all. We have a sleeping quarters right in here with a handful of chests, so hopefully we can find 3 more ender pearls in here. So far, no luck. That has some pretty good loot in it. There's 1 ender pearl, so we just need 2 more now. And we got an advancement close quarters. Hey, look at that. We have some diamonds right out here. And we're gonna get some torches placed down here on the outside too. Just light up this cave a little bit. Actually, this is where we came in from. So let's grab these diamonds real quick, and then we will head back in the stronghold. And it looks like it goes a ways down there. So we're back in that main room now. That is where we went. And is this a dungeon, or is that just part of... I guess that's just part of the structure. We have a library room right in here. Let's be careful of any spawners that we might have. That is not what I meant to do. We do have a spider right down here. We can just quickly take him out. And I really do wish we had our backpack with us. It would be really convenient if we could find a waystone in here. And we do have a spawner. Let's quickly take that out. A spider spawner from that. Oh, we have a bundle actually. That will help us out quite a bit. Actually, we are going to be 1 blaze powder short if we do find 1 more ender pearl, which is a little unfortunate, so we are going to have to go home anyway. Let's see what's on this lectern. It doesn't look like there's anything, but we can change the color of the ink. That is pretty cool. We have another spawner in here, a silverfish spawner. Let's quickly take that out. They are pretty annoying. And it does appear like our stronghold is disconnected from or our portal room is disconnected from the rest of the stronghold. So we will have to figure that out for ourselves, unless we can go to a different chunk layer, which I don't know. We'll have to see. We need to get right over here. So let's head back down this way and see what else we come across. So we have a staircase down to that main hall now with the fountain and everything down here. You have a zombie brute. We can take him out from range with our reach. And we have a chest right up here. No ender pearls in it though. We also have a chest over here. No ender pearls in there. And none right down here either, although we did find a smithing template. We're going to bring that with us. And it looks like we have a lot of barrels in here that might all contain some loot. Let's have a look, and it looks like every single barrel is going to contain loot. And we did find one more ender pearl, which means, well, we are at 8. We need to find 9. Or we need to find 10. We need to find one more. Another spawner right down this way. This one, nope, that is a monster box. Actually, we do want to quickly break that maybe, although it doesn't look like we can, so we are going to run past it. The last time we dealt with one of those, it spawned a bunch of witches. And here we have a portal room for a nether portal, which means we could link our stronghold into the nether and get back quickly that way. So maybe we will just end up doing that. That is, if we can find a way to light that portal. We do have 10 iron nuggets here, and if we have any gravel, or if we can find some, then we could do that. We're just going to look at ways to craft flint and steel, because I'm sure there is another creative way to do so. Or maybe not. Maybe flint. Well, nothing from that either. Now, our monster box did just spawn, although I don't see any witch on the caption, so I think we should be fine to handle them. Oh, we have been cornered. I didn't realize that was a dead end. But we seem to have handled that just fine. I don't know how we got zinc sight, but we did somehow. I don't really see how that is useful for us. If we want zinc, we can just go into a big cave and find it. We have a creeper in here. We don't want a creeper in our loot room, so we are going to lure it out and then kill it. That reach is very useful for things like that. And a few more ender pearls in here. Alright, so we do have enough now that we can complete that quest. I'm just going to keep trying to find flint so that we can light that portal and return home. Alright, well, here is the portal room. Let's get rid of that silverfish spawner. We don't need anything like that annoying us. And it looks like we have 2 ender pearls placed down already, eyes of ender placed down, which means we do need 10 more. So when we get one more blaze powder and bring that back, we should be good to go. I am still searching though for some flint so that we can light that nether portal. I think I could probably just go back out into that cave and get some gravel. There we go. We finally got some flint. Let's make some flint and steel. We'll go light that nether portal and head back home. Oh, look at that. We are right next to our netherite mine, which makes things fairly convenient for us, actually. I still want to get an actual waystone in the stronghold, but for now we have that right here, so we really don't have to go far, which is really, really nice for us. So let's craft one more Eye of Ender and collect our rewards. Maybe not put it in our inventory grid. We can collect our rewards for completing that quest. And it will grant us with all of that for some lapis, about 22, unless we already had some in our inventory. I don't know if we did or not. Moving on, the next thing in our quest line, of course, we have the end, but we do need to get some wither skeleton skulls. We are 10% on this. We have 4 of 4 soul sand. We need to find 3 wither skeleton skulls. So let's get some fire resistance. We only have 1 bottle. I think we're gonna want, well, we have the ender, and the ender is used to get mob heads. So if we take that to a nether fortress, then I think we should be in pretty decent shape. The question becomes, where is our closest nether fortress? Maybe we shouldn't have drinking that fire resistance potion quite yet, but it looks like we might have one down here. So we are just going to head south. I thought that was a mob. It was a trader llama. So we are going to head south until we get to what I believe to be a nether fortress, and it looks like it is. We did drink our fire resistance, so we should be good to handle the blazes. We are just here to take out these wither skeletons with our ender too, so hopefully we will get a mob head. We will get fragments of a skull. Let's have a look at how to craft a wither skeleton skull. It looks like with 9 fragments we can craft a wither skeleton skull. I guess it would be a little bit overpowered if that dropped a full wither skeleton skull every single time, so that's okay. We can work for a few of those skull fragments. And our reach doesn't seem to be working with the ender. It could be a sword specific thing, or it could just be because of the wither skeletons. Nonetheless though, we are just going to stand back from a distance. We are up to 12 and we have a ghast. That was a pretty good hit on my part. I'm gonna give me some credit there. Let's see if we can take out that ghast. We do have a loot chest right over here with a bunch of different loot in it. I don't want the ghast to fireball it, so we are just going to keep everything away from that and continue our search for wither skeleton skulls. Ooh, direct hit. That was pretty good. And we did get a skull from that. Excellent. So we should be close to having enough fragments. If we get one more, we can craft 2 more wither skeleton skulls, which will put our total at 3. So let's try to find one more wither skeleton, and then we will head back home. We can also kill some blazes while we are at it. And there we go. That will put us at enough wither skeleton skull fragments, and it will complete a quest, killing 10 wither skeletons. So we are doing really good so far. That will be quest number 2 and 3 on the day for us, and we have a lot of ghasts and a hoglin over here that we are all going to have to ward off unless we can quickly get through our portal with no further complications. Alright, so inside we go, back into the safety of our own home, where again we can craft 2 wither skeleton skulls out of all of these skull fragments, putting our total at 3 and giving us a completed quest. No rewards for that. Well, that seems a little rude. Our next quest in that line is to kill the Wither, and of course we have already visited the Deep Dark, so all we have left on our main quest line are those 3 bosses. Down here though, we have a few other quests that we can branch out to before we head over to unlocking Chapter 2. Real quick though, let's collect our reward for killing 10 Wither skeletons. That will grant us with stone. 7 stone, interesting. Oh, we also received this reward. I don't know what we did to earn it, but that will give us... I don't know what that gave us. We have so much different loot right now, I'm not even sure what all it is or where it's from. Also on our bounty board, killing 5 wither skeletons, and we also get a skull for that, so we really only needed 9 of those fragments. That puts us up to, I guess we had some more fragments as well, so we now have 5 wither skeleton skulls. That does boost our quanta if we place those down over at our enchantment table, which is the randomness of an enchantment. Again, before we defeat some of these mobs, some of those bosses, we are going to look at some other items in our quest line. The teleport pad, Ultimadium allows you to create a teleport pad to travel to 3 new dimensions, including the mining dimension, the other, and the beyond. To get to the mining dimension, place down the teleport pad in the overworld and sneak right click it with empty hands. Both hands need to be empty. To get to the other, place the teleport pad down in the nether and sneak and right click it with empty hands. And to get to the beyond, place the teleport pad down in the end, sneak and right click with empty hands. To craft a teleport pad, we need 4 Ultimadium nuggets, around an ender pearl. Is this something that we can do? We have 3 raw alvamodium ore, and to make alvamodium nuggets, it is 1 ingot in a crafting table to make those nuggets. But I think we have looked at this before. I think in order to get an ingot... Oh, I take that back. All we have to do is smelt our raw alvamodium. That is what we are going to do then, and we are going to make ourselves a teleporting pad. We should still have 1 ender pearl left, and it looks like we actually have a few. So, 1 alvamodium ingot, turn that into nuggets. 4 of those nuggets surrounding an ender pearl will give us that teleport pad and give us a completed quest. 2 completed quests, actually. 1 up here in the alvamodium tab. We're going to get a lot of XP for that and an iron sight potion. And in the beginning, we are going to get 50 XP and some night vision goggles. How about that? So if we put those goggles on, these go in our head slot, which is right here with that helmet. When we put that on, it gives us night vision. Doesn't really make a difference during the day, but why don't we head down to our cave real quick, where we will notice literally a night and day difference. Of course, we still have all of our torches, but even all the way down here, everything is all lit up, giving us full sight, full access to all of that is to be seen. Let's head back. I want to take our teleport pad. I want to go visit the mining dimension. So we shift, right click with empty hands. We have completed 3 quests for that, and we are now in the mining dimension. The point of the mining dimension is so that we have a super flat world right here that we can completely tear up and not have to worry about how it looks. Now, we are not going to do that right away. I actually do want to make use of some of this, but underneath, we should hopefully find some caves that will maybe yield a lot of ore for us. Truthfully, I don't know 100% if that is accurate or not, but we will find out. I guess we could actually dig straight down. Again, we have a jetpack, so I am not too worried about doing that. It's actually easier for us to get out if we do something like this. This could also be a good place to fight the Wither if we are able to do that here. I don't know if we actually can. I need to do some more research into the mining dimension. I truthfully don't know a whole lot about it, just that it's a super flat world that will give us plenty of space to look for valuable ores. I guess we will find out soon enough if monsters can spawn here. Okay, I don't really know what this is, but okay, that was interesting. That was very interesting. I have no idea what that was. Oh, I know what that was. That was a cloud. We are all the way up at Y185. Once we get ourselves a digital miner, which I think we are going to work on in the next episode, we will be able to bring that here and get all kinds of ores very quickly. And we are now getting into the deep slate layers. This high up too, we are at Y123. Let's dig a small cave, a small tunnel right here, and step into it though, because I want to see if our cave layers are going to show anything when we adjust them through here. It does not look like they are, which makes me believe that there are not actually caves in this entrance. So we are going to head back up to the top. I'm going to do a little bit of research on this dimension, and then we will head back home. Alright, it is nothing more than what we saw, but we can find more alvamodium ore, which means we don't have to rely on the deep dark to find it anymore, which is very nice for us. Since we have a little bit more alvamodium, let's see if we can complete any of those other quests. First, though, we did visit the mining dimension. We will get some XP for that. We could go to the Other. The Other is home to several dungeons filled to the brim with loot and spawners. You can also find the boss of the All the Mods packs, the Piglich. Good luck killing this guy. That sounds a little frightening, but I am curious to see what this looks like. So we are just going to create another teleport pad, take this into the Nether, and hope for the best. I'm not really sure what is going to come of this, but we will find out. We are actually going to take this to our netherite mine, where it's a little bit safer than out in the open nether. We will clear away a small space to place this down, and again, we are just going to say a prayer and jump right into here. And I'm not super surprised that we spawned this far underground, because our portal or our teleport pad was placed way below the surface, but I am not complaining because this gives us a little bit of a barrier from the outside. And I see some kind of highlighted monster up there. I don't know what that is. Oh boy, the surface is littered with blazes and wither skeletons. I am glad we spawned down here, that is for sure. But if we zoom in right here, it does look like we have maybe a few caves in the area. Again, all I wanted to do was visit here just to complete that quest. So back home we go. Let's open our quest line once again, get some more XP from that, and let's have a look at all the Modium tools and armor. All the Modium items start you on your journey to becoming OP. To start, all tools and armor items are indestructible, meaning no need to worry about them breaking or repairing them. The tools are also super fast and pack a mean punch with high base damage. To craft, say, a pickaxe, we need 3 Allthemodium rods and 2 Allthemodium plates. We are going to require a lot of ingots for that, and that will be something that we work on in the next episode. For now, that is where we are going to leave things. I forgot we had our night vision goggles on. I don't think we need those anymore. They are a little bit creepy to look at. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of All the Mods 9. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!